Tonight, from U.S. Bank Stadium in Minneapolis, it's a special New Year's Day edition of the NFL on EA Sports. Vikings taking on the Toronto Mounties.
U.S. Bank Stadium holds just under 70,000 spectators, and they've come out in full force for this one. A fantastic atmosphere here in Minneapolis. Nothing like the fanfare of introductions to an NFL game, and that was in evidence a moment ago. Fireworks, pyrotechnics, you name it. This crowd is ready as their guys get set to match up between the Toronto Mounties and the Minnesota Vikings. Hi again, everyone. Brandon Gaudin alongside Charles Davis. And Charles, you look at this Vikings ball club. They come in just in an absolute free-fall, losers of 7 in a row.
And this is where you turn to your best players and look at them and say, can you guide us out of this? We've got to be better than what we've shown.
Meanwhile, for our visitors from north of the border, they come in as a team that looks like a well-oiled machine for the postseason, winners of 8 of their last 10.
And they had it easy last week. They jumped out to an early lead and then put it on cruise control from there.
And no run back here, so they'll bring it out to the 25. Under center for the Vikings, out comes the former Michigan State Spartan and longtime veteran Kirk Cousins.
Coming off of a loss their last time out, I think he's just seeking to make a bigger impact on the game. He threw a touchdown pass, didn't throw an interception. I think he just wants to jump those numbers up in terms of flinging it around and letting his receivers get into the end zone.
And he gets this one complete to Tre'Quan Smith. 23 yards, the final tally.
Certainly no settling into the drive there. They came right out on the first play and attacked the middle of the field for a big gainer and a first down.
Cook running on first down, but this defense up to the task there as they stop him before he can even get back to the line of scrimmage. Call it a loss of 1 officially.
This defense is a difficult one to prepare for, one of the best in the league. They'll come at you from all angles, and they did a nice job there stopping him for a loss.
Looking sideline, incomplete.
Thrown away and incomplete. Brings up third down.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on third down. From the gun, here's Cousins. And that is incomplete. Oh, he had a defender right there with him to force that to the ground. And fourth down now coming up.
Brandon, we saw these defenders flying to the football in their win last week, and nothing has changed. They're still moving around quickly and forcing incompletions.
And this will carry out of bounds. Where are they going to spot it now? At about the 18-yard line, it looks like. So now we'll get a look at the other offensive unit as they come out for their first possession. And a glance at the tall signal caller, standing 6'6".
I know you saw in your email that the ballots will be coming in after this week's games for league MVP. You've got a vote. I've got a vote. We're getting ready to see a closing argument in this one, though. Can he lock it down?
Week 17, the last act. We're not supposed to say who we're voting for, but I can say this. He's in the stadium right now. So there you go. There's my hint.
There's your hint right there. I'm going to wait until after this one is over. He's got to sway me with one more performance.
The catch and run pays off to the tune of 35 yards. They'll look to throw now on first down. Looking here for Smith downfield. This is caught inside the 15. And he's out of bounds. Almost gets to the 10. 34 yards to gain that time. Another first down. Well, make that now 2 completions for him on this drive. And these aren't ordinary completions. They're big ones.
Yeah, these are the types that make a secondary. The head coach relied on his eagle eye in the sky to make the right call and was told to challenge it, And it looks like it's paid off.
And from a coach's standpoint, when you throw that flag, it's probably a pretty tense moment. Here it pays off.
Yeah, you have that little bit of indecision. You throw it where you feel like you're right, then you think, uh-oh, did I get it right? In this case, they can celebrate.
So now 3rd and 10, a big play to start the drive, but nothing since. They'll look to throw again. He's got it with the 15. And he's going to be out down inside the 20 at the 15. It'll go as an impressive 31-yard gain.
A very early momentum changer there. Actually, a dream kick. Partner, the head coach is out of challenges now for the rest of the game.
That's caught. Touchdown. Jonnu Smith with his 16th touchdown of the year. And his guys have taken a first-quarter lead. An ideal start for them, really. You force the punt, and then you go down and score.
And you've got to see a fist pump on the sideline from the head coach, don't you? Because he's turned into his bench, and he's telling his team, this is how we prepare. Force the punt, go downfield and score. I told you guys, it's just like a boxer in the gym preparing for the fight. Now we get to turn it all loose.
And he'll decide to not bring this one out as their drive will begin at the 25. The Vikings taking the field here for their second drive of the game. They punted last time they had it. What steps, Charles, do you think they have to take to make sure they don't do that again?
Well, let's just go to the football 101, the trade expression 101. Win first down. Make 5, 6, 7 yards on first down and make it a 2nd and 3, 2nd and manageable. Keep accumulating first downs that way. Keep moving the football. You don't want to get behind the sticks because then the defense has the advantage.
Cousins gives way to Cook. Past the 40 before he's out of bounds. It's a first down on a gain of 10. Now, look, that wasn't a huge gain, but those are the types of carries I think they were missing in their loss last week. They couldn't get him going on the ground.
Did you get the same feeling I did during our meetings, that they kind of regretted that he didn't touch the ball?
Absolutely.
You know, hey, he should have touched the ball last week. They weren't going to make that same mistake, and they've taken...
And they'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Minnesota. Let's go! Dalvin Cook with touchdown number 12 on the year. And the Vikings are an extra point away from tying this thing up.
Well, earlier in the week when they had their scouting report meeting, this was the explosiveness that they talked about trying to contain. They were concerned about it all week, yet he still did it to them. Wonder how that's going to carry over the rest of the game.
So all even at 7 now as they kick it away. And it's a pretty good return here as he'll get this up to the 29.
And 10 at their own 29-yard line.
The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. And they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline, because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at the tablet and see what you did on the last drive. When you scored points, it's a whole lot better view than when you're trying to figure out how to fix things there.
And he's brought down after a very nice gain. And a nice gain of 21 yards.
First down, Mounties.
From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. He's going to fire one deep left. That's caught inside the 20. And they'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds. Now that's one they hate. The ball's got to come all the way back.
So that's an explosive play, a really explosive play that gets wiped out, and they have to start over after the penalty.
Incomplete, but a penalty flag is down in the backfield. Let's get the call. Well, they were looking to throw, holding on the big right tackle.
It's real simple, partner. Keep your hands inside in the chest area. You're probably okay. You get it out on the shoulders, get them wide. Usually going to pick up a holding call.
They'll run here with Lindsey. And he'll have a gain of 3 to the 33.
Well, they didn't get a whole lot out of that one, but I think you've got to continue to try and run and try and keep the defense honest.
You mean or else they'll just sit back, dare you to throw it on every down?
Yeah, you get your quarterback hit a lot that way, too.
crossing route. And he'll take it down shy of the 45 at the 46.
The goal for any offense versus a zone defense, find the holes where guys are available and put the ball on the receiver before any defender can step up and fill it.
They did it well there. Perfectly executed crossing route. On third down, here's Lindsey. And he can only manage to get this to the 45-yard line. Well short of the first. Just a 1-yard pickup there, and it'll be fourth down.
But this was just simply excellent defense. On this third down, they had to be alert for the possibility of a pass, but that didn't stop them at all from understanding what was going on when they decided to run the football, and they just swarmed and stuffed them for almost no gain.
Now back to throw. He's going to fire one deep, middle of the field. And this is going to be incomplete. Or it looked like he had it and dropped it. And the Vikings defense is going to get the football back. Cousins and the Vikings with a 1st and 10 at the 45. Now right away, he'll look to throw. That's a short one here, complete to the tight end. 7 yards, the pickup on the pitch and catch.
Brandon, they didn't get everything they wanted out of that play, but the tight end did. And I don't mean it in a positive way. Great job of him holding on after absorbing that big hit.
To throw again on second down. Cousins to Jefferson on the slant. And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40. 50 catches for him now on the year, and he's got a first down.
10 at the 39-yard line.
From the shotgun, it's Cousins. That's going to be caught. It's Jacoby Myers. 7 yards, the pickup there.
A 7-yard pickup brings up 7.
These two teams all tied after one. 3 yards to go on second down, and they've got 3 tight ends out there. Jumbo set. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete.
From the snap, he certainly looked like he knew where he wanted to go with the ball, but surprise, that guy was covered. So that took his attention elsewhere to no avail.
They'll run it. Here's Cook. And he's got the first as they'll bring him down at the 28-yard line. Just 4 yards on the pickup, but that's good enough to extend the drive.
At the 28-yard line.
They run again on first down. Cook. And he'll take this down just shy of the 25-yard line.
He was brought down.
Tackle made by Foley Fadukasi, the former UConn Husky. The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8. Working out of the gun, Cousins. He rifles one that's intercepted. Jeff Okuda. And he'll bring this all the way up to the 45-yard line.
First and 10. At their
Well, look, we're watching a quarterback here that's obviously been around for a long time. That's a throw he wishes he had back.
He certainly does, but as you well know, this is a guy that's used to taking a few chances, used to fitting it into tight windows. These are throws that he's made before. Didn't happen to get it completed in this case.
He's going to try and go deep again. This is caught at the 20. And down to the 20 he'll go before heading out of bounds. That one goes for 36 yards. So a big play as it gets him all the way down to the 20 now for 1st and 10. Inside the red zone here. They'll look to throw. And it's caught. Touchdown. A 20-yard touchdown. And his guys have taken the lead. A nice throw there by the...
Zane Gonzalez lining up for the extra point.
They had to go to the monitor, get an extra look. That's what the technology is for. And this touchdown will count.
14.
Gonzalez able to tack on the PAT. And that makes the score 14-7. Bailey now to kick it away after the touchdown. Fielded in the end zone. And this will not be returned. It'll come out to the 25.
At their own 25-yard line.
Kirk Cousins and the Vikings offense back on the field. He's got to dig deep here, doesn't he? Team's losing. He's not playing well either.
And they always tell you, don't press. You'll make things a little bit worse. But in this particular situation, you try
and nothing but daylight ahead. And he takes it all the way down to the 32. Big play there out of Cook. 43 yards. So they had it bottled up, able to make a man miss, and then boom, off to the races.
And it's how he made him miss. A little bit of strength, too. Had to work through contact to get him off of him. And then once he did that, now he put his agility.
Down in the air, and now it's intercepted. It's Connor Duggar who picks it. The 40, 20, 10. And he will take this one home. It's a touchdown. Ah, yes, the old tip drill works to perfection there.
You're bringing back great memories. Used to love that drill. And a lot of times in practice, you work on it, not just one tip, but multiple tips, just in case the ball stays in the air for a while, to have an awareness and the ability to go up and grab it, and then you want to get some blocking support and end up in the opposite end zone.
In that tip drill, what do you yell?
For us, it was Oski, okay? Oski was an interception.
For different teams.
Different teams have different ways of doing it. I've heard bingo, jackpot. The worst I ever heard, though, was Frankenstein. You don't want it to be a three-syllable word.
Yeah.
You want to get it right down, and is really the preferred word.
Oski. First and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
Dalvin Cook taking the field for the Vikings' next possession. And, Charles, you can't really fault him. He's over 100 yards already. He's not the reason they're losing.
And that is really unusual because ordinarily when you set the tone this way and have run it this effectively, usually your team's in control. So it's a very strange situation. And you're right, you can't fault him. He's done a great job for his team thus far.
I'm guessing he's saying, feed me on the sidelines. Now will they continue to do it? A short gain of just over 2 yards as the first half clock dips inside of 3 minutes.
Third and 2.
And it looks like we've got a dime set here defensively. 6 DBs in the game. Now Cook. He'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. Well, they were in search of a short gain on third down and then wind up nabbing over 20 yards.
Exactly what they needed right there because they needed to use the ground game to take some pressure off because the quarterback's been struggling a little bit.
Off the play fake, Cousins. Under pressure, and he will go down. Sacked back at the 46. Jadeveon Clowney, it's his 20th sack of the season as he continues what could be a record-setting campaign. Coming up in a couple of minutes, we'll get you to Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. The coach will have stats and scores from earlier today in the NFL. The throw right sideline here is complete. And he's able to take it across midfield before going out of bounds. The reception good for 7. It's third down. On play action, Cousins. And the throw there going to be incomplete.
Intended for Adam Thielen. Incomplete.
They went with the dime look that time on defense, just flooded the field with defensive backs, blanketed everyone, took away all the passing angles, thus the incompletion.
And here's Gillen on now to punt as he gets this one away. That's fielded at the 8-yard line. And he'll be out of bounds near the 30. In fact, right on the 30. A great return there of 22 yards. And out will come the offense as they take over. Now we get a peek at the captain of this offense heading back out there. And they must have seen something. The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. They've had a very solid first half, and as we near the end of that first half, they're just looking for a little more on top of their lead right now.
And when you put together a game plan on offense, you put together what you think is going to be the best possible scenario, right? Hey, we're going to score. These are the plays that are going to do it. But you also put together your counters, meaning after they make adjustments to what you're doing, what do we have to go to next?
The adjustment to the adjustment?
Exactly. So I can't wait to see if we come out of the half, how they're going to go about doing things. So you just keep running what you ran before.
And he will take it in for the touchdown. From a yard out. And his guys are going to add on to their lead. So the big play to kick off the drive set him up 1st 2.
I think I'm starting to understand more and more when we get ready to do games and we meet with coaches why they talk about big plays, explosive plays, and how it sets them up for success, because that's exactly how they were able to score on this one. We saw the touchdown. We saw the payoff. But, of course, that big, long chunk play is what got them in position.
Now the Minnesota offense set to take over again. It was still more than a minute to go in the half. Time to try to mount a drive.
And I would think that they would have to. This is today's NFL. You got to push it whenever you get an opportunity. You can never have enough points with the high-powered offenses that you face. And analytics will tell you, try and score when given the opportunity.
First down, here's Cousins. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete. Tried to go back again to Adam Thielen, and it's second down.
Covered by Stephon Gilmore.
Now Cousins, over the middle to Smith. Now the Vikings will use the second of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds to go in the first half. Cousins now to throw on first down. He's going to get this one down to Cook. A good rally to the football keeps him to only a yard, and it's second down. And this one taken in on the right sideline, but not in the field of play. They say it's incomplete. The throw led him a little too far. It brings up third down. On third down, Cousins. Pressure too much that time as Cousins goes down. Jadeveon Clowney in there for the sack, and that is now 21 for him on the year. Wow, what a season. Well, who needs a halftime? Am I right? Let's resume play.
Someone's closing in on the league lead in sacks. He came into the game in the top 5. Now you add 2 more to his total.
And as this offense makes their way back out, it's AFC playoff race time as we give you a look. And they will be in the playoffs as champs of the AFC East. But as it stands right now, Charles, they still would have to host a game on Wild Card Weekend because they're still looking up at that #1 seed.
And that's when you tell your team, remember, guys, at the beginning of the season, what was our deal? Let's win our division and get to the playoffs. That was job 1. Let's not get greedy about the whole thing, because whether or not they end up with a first-round bye or not, you and I both know this team's going to be a tough out in the playoffs.
So the big play changes the complexion of things. Here's 1st and 10 just outside the 30. On play action, they'll throw. He's going to fire one deep over the middle. And a scary incompletion, almost picked off. It would have been their first INT of the game. Instead, second down. Off the play fake, he'll look to throw. He's going to take another shot here. And he will take this one in for a touchdown.
And this is obviously quite a performance. And most of the time when we talk about someone putting a team on their back, I think we're talking about a guy who runs the football. In this case, it's a guy out wide catching it, and he's done exactly that, truly leading his team right now towards victory.
3 touchdown catches. He's been the headliner. Bailey now to kick it away after the touchdown. Takes this about 5 yards deep, and it'll come out to the 25 as he will not attempt to return. It's the Vikings' turn on offense. We get ready for their first possession of the second half. They trail offense, first time to touch the ball in quarter 3, and we'll see what they can do.
And I can't wait to see what they have planned, because some teams...
And now nothing but green ahead of him. The 30, 10. So they hit pay dirt, but don't count it yet. There's laundry on the field. We'll see what the penalty flag is about. So take away the long touchdown.
It's a cruel game sometimes, partner.
So the special teams penalty cost some yardage there as they come out on 1st and 10. From the gun, it's a give to Cook. And he's going to be stopped up quickly here. Just a yard up to the 39. Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run.
Brings up 2nd and...
To throw is Cousins. And he takes a incomplete. He's had trouble finding open receivers all game, CD, and that's because really there hasn't been many. This defense has been all over him.
Yeah, they're one of the better defenses in the league, and every time I talk to someone around the NFL, they all say the exact same thing. They're so fundamentally sound, it's hard to execute against them.
13 yards as the Vikings pick up the first down.
First and 10 at the 48-yard line.
A 10th carry in the game for Cook. And he's got some space here. And he's got this down to the 35. They'll get 13 yards for the second play in a row. He continues to have a big night here under the lights carrying the football.
And some guys prefer night games. For whatever reason, their bodies react a certain way. They love the spotlight. Maybe that's what it is. The best seats in the house, the ones where he's carrying the football for his offensive teammates. The worst seats, the 11 guys trying to tackle him on defense.
Now Cook. It's a 7-yard pickup. They'll be looking now to 3rd and 6.
Not too many offenses want to turn down long drives, but when you're down what they are, they've got to pay it off with some points.
Cousins from the gun on 3rd. And he will not be able to hang on through the contact. It's incomplete. The coverage strong, and now it's 4th down. Well, the passing windows are just not there. That's just another example of how great this defense has been all game long.
And that's exactly what a top 10 defense can do. They can really change the game tempo and frustrate you as you try to execute offensively.
I'm kind of surprised by that they kicked the field goal. I guess you get some points, but this deficit 3rd quarter, I don't know.
Yeah, I don't either. Yeah, I'm with you on that one. When you're down that much, kicking a field goal, does it feel a little bit maybe waving the white flag? You just want to get out of here? Yeah, I think you got to go ahead and try and get some bigger points on the board.
Here again comes the captain of this offense leading his crew back out there now. Really solid effort for him right now. 3rd quarter, already 4 touchdown passes. How many can he get here?
That remains to be seen, but I know one thing. You and I will be here to watch, and I'm not going anywhere. With what he's doing in this contest, I'm not missing a minute of it. This guy's been spectacular.
Yeah, I mean, it's a team game, but sometimes these individual performances are fun to watch.
Yeah, sometimes they just kind of come to the front, despite the fact, as you said, we know it's all about the team, but the way he's playing, he's trying to make his team win on his back.
Yeah, it's been exciting. On 1st down, he'll drop to throw. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. And finally out of bounds all the way down at about the 2.
Holding offense.
So apparently some grabbing of the jersey there on the O-line.
Yeah, just look in the interior, and that's where the penalty occurred.
Now a shotgun snap as they'll look to throw. It's caught inside the 25. And he is down deep into Minnesota territory. And a huge play that time. 42 yards. So the big play means just like that, they'll operate from the red zone now on 1st down. He'll drop to throw. And it's caught. Touchdown. Jonnu Smith. His 2nd touchdown of the game, 17th on the year. And this offense is running away with this one. And the lead grows even larger here in the 3rd quarter. The drive there only spanning 3 plays.
42. Vikings 10.
Bailey now to kick it away after the touchdown. Taken in the end zone. And he'll just take a seat, and the drive will begin at the 25-yard line.
At their own 25-yard line.
The Minnesota offense about ready to get this next drive underway. And here we are almost through 3 quarters of play, and this passing game still has not really found any kind of rhythm.
Put it mildly, because they're not even over 100 yards yet. And in today's NFL, where it's a pass-first league, that is quite surprising. Not many teams patient enough to stick with the run. Everybody wants to advance the ball through the air. They've got to get their timing back.
A 2nd down throw for Cousins. This one brought in by Jefferson. And he'll get this up past the 25 before he's out of bounds. Now, after the completion, we're going to get a timeout, an injured player. The last catch did get 3, but they're still left needing 7 yards on 3rd down. Here's Cousins. He'll dump this off to Cook. And this effort will not get it done. He stopped well short of the 1st down at the 29. They'll get only a yard out of that, and it'll bring up 4th down.
One hallmark of good defenses is understanding the game, understanding positioning, and tackling immediately in the secondary after catches. I think we just saw that on display right there.
Got to him before he ever had a chance to think about turning it upfield. Toronto's offense ready to take over. They are clicking on all cylinders. They seem to be just scoring at will right now, and that's why they've opened up this big lead.
You know, we always talk about getting into the zone, and all athletes are seeking that, aren't they? Where everything is working for...
Oh, and this ball's tipped and intercepted. Picked up by Mike Hughes. And he'll get this back across the midfield, striking down the 47-yard line. A young quarterback, Charles. I know he's right-handed, but is that one that maybe a veteran sticks in his pocket?
I think so, but you have to remember with young quarterbacks, it may take a few years before they get all the stuff out of them that they did earlier in their career or even in their college days when they were used to being dominant. In this case, the NFL veteran defense ended up winning the battle.
At the 49-yard line.
On 2nd and 12, Cousins. That one into the hands of Thielen, complete. And he gets this inside the 35-yard line. 50 catches for him now on the year, and he's got a 1st down.
1st and 10.
1 quarter remains here on a Sunday night. This is the National Football League on EA Sports. From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10.
Vikings 10.
Cousins. Setting up the screen for Cook. 3 yards the gain there, 2nd down.
Complete to Dalvin Cook. It's a pickup of 3. Brings up 2nd and 7 at the 30-yard line.
From the gun, here's Cousins. It's caught on the right side at Smith. And he is out of bounds inside the 30.
I know many people like to throw to the tight end, maybe in a little flexed out position because he creates mismatches with his size. But slot receivers do the same thing with their quickness, their speed, and their route running savvy.
And falls incomplete after almost being intercepted. A pick there would have been great. The good news for the defense now, it's 4th down.
4th down.
Desperation time. Cousins on 4th down. And this is incomplete. The Vikings unable to convert here on 4th. And as a result, possession switches hands. Well, that's another mistake there on the drop pass on 4th. And we've seen him do things like this all game.
It's not hard to figure out why they're down by that deficit. They haven't made plays that are going to keep them in the game or win the game all game long. That's another example right there. It all boils down at the end of it to execution. Either you make the play or you don't.
Well, a nice throw here right side. He hauls it in. And he's going to be out of bounds right at midfield. 23 yards the pickup there. They have the nice cushion. They just want to pour it on right now, still throwing the football.
And I know my background says, why do you need to do this? Just go ahead and run out the clock and get a win. But as many people pointed out to me,
this is caught inside the 15. And he's into the end zone for the receiving touchdown. A big play there with another touchdown, number 24 on the year, as his guys continue to pour it on. As that lead just swells and swells. Look, this has been dominance in all 3 phases, offense, defense, and special teams.
So don't we have to give a lot of credit, not just to what we've seen today, but the preparation in advance, coaching staff, commitment by the players to the game plan, and being ready to go in this one? You're exactly right. Clean sweep. And, boy, they're going to celebrate this one after it's over.
And on the other side, this is the game film you just flush and never go back and review. On 1st and 10, Cousins. And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up 2nd down. An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25.
2nd and 10 at the 25-yard line.
Cousins now. He gets this one into the hands of Dalvin Cook. They'll be dropped after a gain of about 6 across the 30 to the 31. One thing I think that's safe to say defensively, the tackling's been really good.
And because of that, it's been very, very hard for them to move the ball because you're not getting the benefits of run after catch. They're tackling them almost on the spot. That means you have to run extra plays. Harder to move it.
And they bring him to the ground just shy of midfield.
Well, this game was decided a while ago, and that completion there is going to artificially inflate his passing numbers. So right now, the only one really applauding probably his agent as he thinks about angling for a new contract.
Now the throw here complete on the right sideline. They'll contain him to just 4. Second down.
4 yards on the pickup. Second and 6 at the 47-yard line.
Again, it's Cousins. Now the hit comes, and Cousins lost the football.
Kirk Cousins sacked.
Much like a running back going through the line, quarterbacks have to be aware of protecting the football as well. He left it exposed that time, wound up having it knocked free, but fortunately, had an alert teammate who was able to get it.
Third and long for Cousins. And that one goes incomplete on the drop. That's one he definitely normally catches. Fourth down.
That incompletion is not a surprise with the way that this one has gone, and the frustration of body language is evident everywhere. This team, they've really been put through the ringer in this one.
So possession goes over here on the punt. And the offense will come back out deep in their own territory.
And he's got to be fired up about that effort. I don't think he could have walked out and placed it any better than where he ended up putting the football. That was excellent.
Back to throw now in his own end zone. Wide open receiver complete. And now off to the races down the right side. And they are going to score again. Yet another touchdown as they just add to their totals. And this one was over a while ago as they just add on to their big lead. Those are the ones the offensive coordinators dream about. One-play drives from that distance. What an effort. It results in the touchdown. Fielded in the end zone. And no effort to bring this one out. It's a touchback. And you see Dalvin Cook and the offense heading back out. And we have seen a decline in the numbers. Where does the fault lie? Just him? Maybe the guys up front? Combination?
Well, as you and I both know, it's almost always a collective deal. But in this case, I think maybe the offensive line got a little overconfident. They had blocked so well in the first half. Picked up on what the defense was.
And the pressure too much that time as Cousins goes down. Jadeveon Clowney in there for sack number 22 on the year. And, folks, that's just a half sack shy now of Michael Strahan's record of 22.5 set in 2001. After the sack, that's to Cook out of the backfield. They get him to the ground right on the cusp of the red zone after a pick. From the shotgun, it's Cousins. That's complete into the hands of Myers. And this effort will not get it done. He stopped well short of the first down at the 29. Here's Jamie Gillen now as he'll come on for his 5th kick of the night. His first punt, 48 yards. This one looks equally as good. And this will be touched by a member of the kicking team inside the 20, and it's at the 17-yard line.
17-yard line.
Toronto's offense ready to take over. And this one has gone pretty well to form. They've come in, had little problem thus far, and now they'll try to polish things off in the 4th. So from the 17 now, here's a 1st and 10. Here's a play fake as they set up to throw. Rolling to his right. He's got a man complete. And he finally goes out of bounds across the opposite 40. And what a big-time play there. 44 yards. So how about that for a chain mover? They're all the way down inside the 40 now for 1st and 10. play-action fake. They'll look to throw. Hit as he throws there, incomplete.
Oh, that's got to frustrate him a little bit because they nearly got to him there, and it would have been the first sack of the game. Instead, they're able to influence the release, and they did force the incomplete pass.
And he's got his favorite target yet again. It's complete. And he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30. 12 yards there and a first down.
First down, Mounties.
Looks like he'll throw here, eluding the pressure right. His throw incomplete.
That was an interesting look there because as soon as he got outside the pocket, I thought he was going to take off and run for yardage. But what often happens now with these quarterbacks who can move, defenses want to try and keep bodies in front of them, and I think that discouraged him from taking off.
And he will get into the end zone. It's another touchdown. This thing is ugly.
Well, this is long since over, and some might see this as overkill. But remember, this is a team that puts on the hard hats, grabs the lunch pail, and tells everyone, we're going to give you a full 60 minutes. And that's exactly how they're playing this one out.
Gonzalez good on the extra point, and the lead will swell by one more. Bailey now to kick it away after the touchdown. Fields it in the middle of the end zone. And this will not be brought out. It's a touchback.
At their own 25-yard line.
And now out comes Minnesota. It's now appearing that this losing streak is going to continue. You know, the coaching staff was confident that this was going to be the game to stem the tide, but that just has not. And the throw interception thrown by Cousins. Picked up by Jonathan Jones. And they're going to take over right there at the 22-yard line. Well, partner, I got to tell you, I'm trying to think of something positive to say for this offense, but I'd have to be a spin doctor for that one. This has been a tough performance to watch.
And I think it's hard at this point to actually identify what's really gone wrong. I guess the catch-all is
And give them another 6. It's caught for a touchdown, and the blowout continues.
Well, partner, when a team's up this big, this late in the game, I always wonder what's their motivation, because if it's me, I'm thinking about pulling on the reins a little bit. But for them, I don't think it's in their DNA. It's not their head coach's makeup at all. I think his opinion is, you stop us, we're not supposed to pull back ourselves.
Bailey now to kick it away after the touchdown. Takes this about 5 yards deep. And he'll just sit on this one as their drive will start at the 25.
5-yard line.
Trying to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. That'll be incomplete with 9 seconds now showing on the clock.
It's now 2nd and 10 at the 25.
An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. Working out of the gun, Cousins. And the pressure too much that time as Cousins goes down. Jadeveon Clowney in there to make the sack on what will be the final act in this ball game.
Final score.
A big offensive explosion help leading them to victory. And the defensive guys, they're just saying, hey, put those points up every week. We'll just keep winning.
They will gratefully accept them, won't they? It makes their job that much easier when they're scoring that many points. Allows them to play with a totally different style and a different flow.
So for our visitors, a final win here means they'll